This is a screenshot of CNSSI 1253. And I told you earlier we have to use this to categorize, and I talked about, if you're a non-NSS, there are some controls you can tailor out. Well, this is the only document that tells you that. Okay, so if I go into EMAS and I say I've got a control baseline of moderate, moderate, moderate. So if I was to take a highlighter and highlight down the moderate column of this, I have 440 controls. However, let's say my system's a non-national security system. If it's non-NSS, these pluses were added for national security systems. So reverse engineering tells me I don't need these, I could tailor these out. So if you start looking through this document, you'll find you have a whole lot of pluses that can be tailored out. But EMAS won't tell you that. The only way you'll know that is to come here. And guess what your verbiage is going to be? In accordance with CNSS I-1253, non-NSS systems, blah, 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 not be evaluated. You can basically go through, tell your notes, and refer to this document, and you can tailor these controls out of your package. There's a lot. For a moderate baseline, there's over 100.
Wow.
So, but you wouldn't know that unless you go to this document, because they chose this document to do both, non-NSS and NSS. What they should have done, if I was in charge, they should have made a separate plan of attack for non-NSS and NSS within EMAS. But probably, maybe the logistics of it, who knows what it was, or maybe somebody didn't take the time to vet it, we don't really know. But they should have had two separate ones. So I could go in and say non-NSS, and boom, I categorize with this chart, without the pluses, and vice versa. But I'm telling you the secret sauce, so you're golden. Here you go. Next step is select controls, and so common controls. Not going to spend a lot of time on that, but that spreadsheet I showed you earlier, I'm just going to show you. If I go to this spreadsheet and you say common controls, we're talking about which controls am I automatically compliant with. So I just come over my little DISC of compelling evidence spreadsheet that I pulled down from the Air Force SharePoint. I do a real quick search by automatically, and I got 392 controls that I don't have to do. Controls and assessment procedures. That's golden. I mean, to me, that's great stuff. If you figure out your little math thing again and start figuring out what the math is and how much savings you have just by doing that, there's quite a bit of savings there. So I've done that. Now, what if they don't have those common controls listed? How do I get around this? What if they haven't put the content back into EMAS for all those common controls and I need to inherit them? How would you approach that? I'm going to tell you the two golden rules of doing this kind of work. First rule, never lie. Always be transparent, because you will get caught. The other one is acceptable risk, right? So the AO acceptable risk is the big one.